Hi everyone, so in this video today I am going to give you 3 signs that you are moving into conscious relationship. And as some of you might know, or even if you don't know, conscious relationships are relationships that where we become aware of what is happening, of the love playing out behind the scenes, and we're aware of this more wounding aspect that plays out in our relationships, that plays out in the majority of relationships on the planet. So we become aware of that, and then from that place we can choose love within that. We finally know that we have a choice, and we don't need to keep playing out the same old patterns. But also conscious relationships are much more than that, and I'm going to reveal that to you at the end of this video, what that is as well. So through those 3 points I'll tell you if you are moving into conscious relationships. And even if you are not, then this this is like a remembrance for you of moving into conscious relationships. It's like 3 steps to moving into a more conscious state in relationships. So if you would like to hear that today, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because I make videos like this all the time. And check out below this video, I have a course called Manifest Soulmate Relationships, and it is very, very detailed. It takes you step by step through a process where you will embody that vibration of the soulmate, and naturally what you'll be attracting to you is soulmates. And it won't only be attracting to you like a significant other, but it will convert the relationships you already have into a soulmate relationship. So you can manifest that. It's completely up to us. This course focuses on a lot of body-based exercises, so that you're really grounding it in the body, and it's not just the concept in your head like a principle. So find the link to that below this video. There's even a free mini course, and there's also a link to work personally with me if you would like to accelerate your manifestations, and especially if you would like to manifest things in your life that are very fulfilling, that bring that deepest level of fulfillment at the various levels, the soul level, the socio-economic level, mental, emotional, all levels. Okay, so what are those 3 steps or those 3 signs that you are moving into conscious relationship? And the very first one is that you see the love behind the actions of others. So especially when they are acting from their wounding, when people come and they blame you, or they withdraw from you, or they ghost you, or whatever people do in relationships that is not that pleasant, you can see the love playing out behind that, that everybody is just love, and everybody has this, this inner child that is there, that experienced some sort of wounding, and it's just that inner child coming out and expressing itself, because it never got to express itself before. So you recognize that, and you see that this is just the stage where they are at, and they are trying to, this is how they know themselves as love right now. And so no matter what is happening, it's always love playing out behind the scenes. It's love moving into a new level of itself. It's love experiencing itself at a new level. And you have that unconditional love for them, just like you would for a child who has started to walk but then falls down. So it's not like they made a mistake as such. It's just a child that is growing. So when you can see things more from that perspective, a little bit more, then that is the first sign that you are moving into conscious relationships, that this is what you desire now, and the energy is already activated in your life, or starting to become that. Then the second sign that you have moved into a more conscious state in your relationships, you're going to be attracting conscious relationships, is when you stand up for yourself. You no longer have to explain yourself. You no longer feel the need to explain yourself in relationships. And this only comes when we have drawn, these firm boundaries of what it is that is within balance, what we should accept into our life, and what we should not, what is not serving love. You always hold the state of unconditional love for others. You can see the inner child playing out within you, within them. That's fine. But at the same time, you don't want to engage in anything that causes anything less than love. So you say no, when you see that what you are being invited into is a dynamic lower than love, lower than harmony. So when you're able to do that more, then that is another sign. And usually at this stage, we don't feel the need to explain and over explain ourselves as much, because that is how that push and pull happens, the lower push and pull in relationships. You didn't do this for me, oh but I did this, and whatever. If you have expressed yourself once, you do it within a state of balance, that is enough. Your heart speaks more and your presence speaks more, and you have started to recognize that, and you don't feel the need for as much explanation and as much entanglement. You speak also through your energy, so people know where they stand with you, and you have these boundaries, these very firm boundaries. So it's kind of like you're soft on the outside in how you're presenting things, but inside yourself you're very firm. So that boundary is firm. You know exactly what you want. You know exactly what is balance. You know what is truth, your authenticity. You know what that is, and you will always stay true to that. You will always be loyal to your authentic truth. But the way you present it to people, for the most part, will be in a loving way, and you're not holding a space of judgment for them. So when predominantly this is what you are doing, these two things, this is a sign that you are ready for conscious relationships. They are entering your life, and you're already creating that energy. So the third last thing that I'll mention that is also very important for enlightened relationships, conscious relationships, divine love relationships, twin flame relationships, soulmate relationships, they just have different names. This is one of the most important things for me, is that your relationships will be serving a purpose that is greater than just you, a purpose that is greater than just your personal goals and desires. What does that mean? That means it's basically the vibration of a contribution to something greater. That's what love is, right? Love has this really powerful vibration. So think about a person who has this level of love, where they don't judge other people and they don't judge themselves for the most part, and they hold that space of empowerment for others as well through having these strong boundaries. What kind of relationships will be created within that? Those are really balanced relationships, especially when two people like that come together. So essentially that is the definition of a conscious relationship. And within that, what these two people can create is more than just growing and learning from each other and coming into love. Of course, that always plays out, and it's a beautiful thing too. But conscious relationships create like a third energy, which is this overflow of love, because they're not needing anymore somebody else to fill them in with love, and that playing out and experiencing that is not the predominant thing happening. The predominant thing happening is that they already hold so much of love that it overpours into the world as service, as a contribution. So they contribute to the growth of the world, and they it's just this vibration of abundance, which is another reason that abundance and love is like a similar vibration. They're both connected. So when you start feeling that I need to contribute more, and my relationships, I want to be in a relationship with a partner, through which we are contributing something greater to the world, and it's not just, let's say, more than even just a child that we have. Like usually what couples create together is a child. And even the way that you bring up that child will be different then when you have this vibration, of wanting to contribute more love in the world. So you'll do this through different ways, through a cause that you, let's say, hold dear, and that is what you'll be serving. Again, then you can, because now you are able to hold space for yourself and for the other person in your relationship, a space of love and empowerment for yourself and them. So what is next? Next is you can do the same for the world. And then imagine, like, if couples were like this, or many couples, what would happen to the world? So that is what a conscious relationship is. The third point is that you have this desire to serve something greater, and you want a relationship where the two of you, or however many this is involving, that together you create together it's a greater contribution, and that is your idea of a relationship. So this is when we start tapping into the soul realms, because the soul is about this something greater than just the physical body. So a contribution is also that. And I take you through a very detailed process of attracting a soulmate in my course called Manifest Soulmate Relationships, where you tap into those soul values as well. And when that happens, we figure out what it is that we want at the soul level too, and that is what also attracts those more soulmate relationships. So these are relationships then that serve us at all levels. They are satisfying at a socio-economic level too, and just the different levels including the soul level. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and you got some wisdom from it today. If you did, then don't forget to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed so far, and I will see you in my next manifestation video.